Hello, my name is Desiree Hunter, and I am an alumni of North Carolina A&T State University, and I was there for 5 years. I was a part of Golden to Light Auxiliary Squad. Also, I served as captain for 2 years during my time marching there. I auditioned in 2012. I came all the way from East Cleveland, Ohio. Didn't know a lick about North Carolina. Just came down here on a whim and auditioned and made the team. My first year was honestly like one of my favorite years, just because the experience that you get to experience while you're a part of the team your first time. And also going into auditions, I was very nervous because I didn't know what to expect, and plus I knew that Golden Light was a technical dance team and I didn't have any technical training. Everything that I did have at that time I was taught personally. I didn't take any classes or anything like that. I had to go out and learn it myself. So I knew that that was a disadvantage for me going into auditions. So I knew that I had spunk, energy off the charts. That's what I rock with, and that's how I made the team. So auditions was very nerve-wracking. It was over, I would say, almost close to 65 girls auditioning. So yeah, it was a big audition, and back when I auditioned, that's when we only had one audition. So that was the only chance that you had to make the team and make that impression out of 65 girls. And only that year we had a really big team, so about 25 girls made it. It was 18 new girls and plus a lot of old heads, so it was a big team that year, so got lucky about that. My fourth year is when I made captain the first time. I was captain along with Brianna. And my fifth year, I made captain again, and I was also captain with Sierra Hendricks. So that was a blast, getting the opportunity to lead the squad with these two talented individuals. Being on Golden to Light was definitely an experience that will shape you into a different woman. And walking into the world nowadays, you will have a different mindset. It's almost like you're a mini celebrity in the HBCU community. You have so many people looking up to you, so many individuals that watch you on YouTube, know who you are, know everything about you, and you might not know them from a can of paint, but just because you were on that dance team, you are known. So you have a reputation to uphold and to protect at all times, whether you're on campus, in class, whatever the case may be. You always have to show up and be presentable and be a delight 100% of the time. Also, when I first joined the team, we weren't as technical or advanced as we are now. When you watch our dance routines, they're a lot more faster, upbeat, a lot more counts within the routines, not that many transitions, or if it is a transition, you won't just be walking across the field. You'll be doing something to get you to your next spot. So being a captain during that change and evolution of the dance team, it was very hard, especially because I had to make sure my technique was on point so that my squad was on point as well. So not only as a captain, you can't just walk it, you have to talk it too. So you have to make sure that your squad is up to par, especially with the vision of the staff, whatever they may have. You have to coincide with what they want for the squad for that year. So you have to be on top of things. You can't slack, you can't hold back, you have to be in it full force. Rehearsals are long, tiring, but definitely it will get you prepared for your performances. A regular practice day would look like, and I would say for band camp, a regular practice would be you wake up early, you work out, you eat breakfast, you come back, you learn some more material. You might be twirling the flag, you might be dancing, you might be outside, just depending on what we have to work on. We might be working on stands, whatever the case may be. We'll be doing that for a few hours. Then we go to lunch, and then we're back into it, learning choreography, most likely doing something with the field show so that we're ready for when the band goes out later on. After dinner, you eat, then you go to the field, you learn your field maneuvers, you go over anything that you need to do for the field show. After that, possibly sectionals, and then you get to go home and rest. That's a typical day for band camp. A typical day for rehearsal you go to class. At around 4 o'clock, you go to the band room, you get ready, and you learn more of the show that you're preparing for that weekend. And then you go to dinner break for about an hour, come back, and then you're working outside on the field, learning maneuvers, perfecting the show for that week, doing cuts or whatever is needed for that game. Game day is showtime. All you're doing is getting ready for the show. Some days we might come to the field early, like around 8 o'clock in the morning, depending on what time the game starts. We'll go run the show a few times, perfect anything that we need, any finishing touches of the show. We'll go ahead and do that morning. Then we would dismiss and then go get ready for an actual game and our call time. So we'll go to the band room. You'll probably already have to be dressed, have your hair pin curl, have your makeup done, or whatever the staff or captains tell you to do. You'll do that. And then game day it's very tiring because you never know. It might be hot, might be raining, depending on the weather. You have to do tunnel. So when we march in, we do tunnel, and then we go into the stands. You have first and second quarter. You're probably playing a few songs, not that many. And then you have halftime. We'll probably do a uniform change, which is crazy because you have to do that super duper fast. And then you go out on the field, you do the field show. After the field show, show's not over. You march it on down to the track, and that's when we do our fast tunnel and do P-Funk and catch cadences and do all that stuff, which is very tiring, but it's very fun. That's a highlight of our game day is doing P-Funk. After that is third and fourth quarter. We'll play more selections, depending on who we're going against, if anybody's there, or if we do have another band there, we're probably playing a lot. And then we might have another uniform change depending on who we're going against or what's going on. So we were always trying to change our look throughout the game. So, that's just what we do, period. But after fourth quarter, you do have fifth quarter. We'll play a few selections for the crowd, or if we're battling against another band across, we'll be battling against them. And then we march it back to the band room, which is down the hill around the stadium. So the show's not over. It's very tiring. That's why practice and having stamina is going to be very crucial. So we march down to the band room. You might do P-Funk again, depending on what the game is. Like if it's homecoming, you got the alumni around you, you're going to end up doing P-Funk again and playing. So then you're done for that day. Being on a collegiate level in a marching band is very intense. It takes a lot of grit. It takes a lot of sweat. It takes a lot of tears. It takes a lot of triumph. It takes a lot out of you. So you have to be prepared mentally, physically, and emotionally. It takes a lot out of you. But it is very rewarding. You have so many people that's looking up to you. So many people that know you around the country. You never know who's watching. We were also on Beyonce's documentary, so you never know who's watching your show. So it is very, very rewarding, and I wouldn't trade my experience for the world. Being on Golden Light, I had so many memories, so many great memories that it's so hard for me to pick out one. But if I had to pick out one, it had to be Honda 2014, the night show. That show was very emotionally demanding. It was just a feeling that everybody felt on the team. We all felt it once we came off the field that we did it. That show was very important to us because we had so much going on. We practiced so hard, so long. We had to come back for Christmas break early. We had to do a lot of stuff that was a huge sacrifice to everybody. So pulling off that show, and it turned out to be an amazing show. That was a very rewarding experience, getting to perform on that platform and getting to see my sisters get emotional about it, and we all supporting each other. It was a very overwhelming feeling, but it was one of our greatest moments together on that squad that year. Yeah, that's it. So I hope this video helps you if you are looking to be on a dance team, or if you're looking at going to Lay. I hope this video inspires you to be you and to be amazing, okay? Thank you guys. Bye.
in Cleveland, Ohio.